So
it says it's live.
Second. Yes. Okay, here we go. So hello, everybody. Again, I am Jill Bigelow-Satel, and I'm here to host again the week 3 reveal of Fiberworld's Mystery March Madness for our vendors. And I am here with Cynthia Haney and Emily Wohlscheid. Did I say that right, Emily?
Yeah.
I should have asked you before we started.
That's okay.
And they are 2 of our teachers this year, and I think this is your first year for both of you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you want to give me a little bit about each one of you, what you do, not necessarily what you're teaching this year, because that's still under wraps, but what kinds of things you teach. And then we'll get started on the big reveal for week 3. So Cynthia, do you want to start?
Okay. Hi, I'm Cynthia Diane Haney. I am a spindle maker, but mostly I am a spinning instructor on spindles, and that's as much as I dare say, at least Joe will get upset with me. I am out of Virginia, so I have been mostly regional. You might not have heard of me yet. I've been traveling to shows in person and now teaching a lot on Zoom, and I really look forward to having a fun Fiberworld with all of you.
Great. Okay, Emily, what's up?
Hi, I'm Emily Wohlscheid. I teach a lot. I do a lot. I am a multimedia artist, so I create jewelry and also some sculpture, and then mostly fiber supplies, so spinning bats. And I teach blending courses and spinning courses and jewelry courses all over the country, and obviously in the last year virtually. So I'm really looking forward to being a part of Fiberworld as an instructor this year.
Excellent. Great. Okay, I am just going to jump right in because nobody's told me that there's anything wrong. So Kat is manning the Facebook page and dropping in the links to our various vendors as we go along. So you'll see those as you're watching. So our first bracket had Shirsty Cat Designs and Robin's Promise Yarns. And I think we're starting with Emily.
Yeah, Shirsty Cat dyes a lot of really bright colors.
You have to tell them who won first.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The winner of this bracket was Robin's Promise. They'll be moving on to the next round. And Shirsty Cat was the runner-up in this one. And they I've really been excited to see their dyed yarns recently, especially they've done these really cool reels on Instagram of their dye process. And so it's really kind of fun to see how it gets from point A to point B. They dye a lot of really bright, beautiful colors too. So
yeah, I love the saturation of the ones in the photograph.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, okay, let me grab the next graphic here. And next up in bracket 2 was Superfine and Busy Peach.
And Superfine gets to move on to next week. So we will be talking about Busy Peach today. Busy Peach LLC is a small Black woman-owned business in Atlanta specializing in hand-dyed 100% Prima cotton yarn, 100% Teasel yarn, crochet patterns, project bags, and project yarn journals for fiber artists. You can find them at #BZPeach or at BZPeach on all platforms. And I'm very intrigued to check out some of their things during Fiberworld.
I am too. I love that they focus on the more plant-based fibers, which is something you don't find a whole lot of. So that's a nice change from a nice little niche thing, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'll just stop talking now. So up in bracket 3, we had Haute Bohème Fibers and Miss Babs.
All right, and the
Haute Bohème, I have no idea if we're saying that right. So will correct us if we're not saying it correctly.
Yeah, the business that's moving on though is Haute Bohème, and they Then the runner up here is Miss Babs Yarns. And Babs and the Miss Babs team have been dyeing beautiful yarns in their studio in the mountains of Eastern Tennessee since 2005. They offer a wide variety of yarn bases from lace to chunky and a stunning range of colorways. Between their semi-solids, repeatable variegated colors, Babettes, and one-of-a-kind colors, wild irises, they hope to have the right color for your next project. They love seeing the colors that occur in nature and playing off of them to create yarns that evoke the emotional impact of the natural world. They're always happy to help you pick out the appropriate yarn base or color for your upcoming project and continually work with designers to create new patterns that are perfect for their yarns.
Thanks. Yeah, that's
a lot.
Miss Babs is that company for me that always, I'm usually very good about buying for a project and not buying until I know what the project is going to be. Miss Babs is that company that always gets me to buy yarn on the spur of the moment because they just have a billion colors and they're all beautiful.
Yeah,
so I always have some sitting around that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this because I only bought one skein.
Yeah, it seems a lot of people share that with you too, because I remember, I will never forget, I should say, how long the line out their booth was at Rhinebeck when I was there. They really dye fabulous colors, though, really saturated and wonderful.
Okay, up onto bracket 4. We have Bewitched Pigments and Oink Pigments.
And Oink Pigments will be moving on, and that's a fun name. So we get to talk about Bewitched Pigments today, and I've been admiring some of their work online. They're a small batch indie dyer specializing in rich, saturated colors, watercolor effects, and a variety of other dyeing techniques to help bring magic to your projects. They also have their own line of patterns to coordinate with their yarns. And I know they're very active online with social media, and that's great for us to get to follow them while we wait for July.
It is. I just saw yesterday, I think she had up a beautiful colorway that was very dark, but also variegated, which I think is a little bit unusual to have something that's that dark. And I have no idea what it was called. I think it's part of a surprise they're doing this weekend. So maybe go check out their website and see what they're doing this weekend, because I think they're doing something cool. Okay, next up is bracket 5, and that was Hilltop Cloud and Beach Bunny Yarns.
That's such a cute name, Beach Bunny Yarns. They'll be moving on this week, Beach Bunny Yarns will, and Hilltop Cloud sells beautiful fiber for spinners and felters. 2021 is their 10th year of trading. They stock an enormous range of fibers, some hand-dyed, some commercially dyed, and a lot of them are things you won't see anywhere else. Their hand-dyed techniques are wide-ranging with a palette of ever-changing one-of-a-kind creations. Their stock of commercially dyed fibers is enormous, with silks in every color, a wide range of plant fibers in an enormous color range, and beautiful superfine merino blended with tussa silk. They also stock hand-dyed warp chains suitable for multi-shaft looms and rigid heddle looms. It's a lot of really unique items they have.
It is. Yeah, that's definitely one to check out. I don't think I have actually looked at their website, which maybe I shouldn't say, but I'll definitely go and look at it now. Okay, up next is bracket 6, and that is Tina's Toasty Toes and created for you by Laura.
And Tina's Toasty Toes is moving on and created for you with that gorgeous colorway in those skeins is an indie dyer of fingering sock, sport, and DK weight yarn. Lots of interesting bases from merino to linen to a US milled blend. They love color, the brighter the better. And that's neat that they don't even bother with thicker yarn, which those of us that tend to knit thin, that's a great thing. And those colors, yes, I definitely know where I'm peaking come July.
Yep, that's good. Yeah, find your audience and know who your people are. That's a good attitude to have for your, instead of trying to be something for everybody. Okay, I'm rambling. So on to bracket 7, we have Supernova Dye Works and Yarn Over Truck.
All right, and Supernova Dye Works is moving on this round. I'm actually really excited to say that my podcast partner, Kat, and I just interviewed her recently on our podcast.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool. That's on Fiber Variety Hour, actually, so that might be kind of a fun thing to check out for people. But the other one in this bracket that is the runner-up this week is Yarn Over Truck. And I really love these concepts of these yarn stores on wheels that go to shows. It's really fun at outdoor ones to see them in their motor homes and having like everything decorated outside and you can go in. It's really cool. I'm hoping that's able to happen this year. They say it's Yarn Over Truck is your local yarn boutique on wheels. They are Southern California's only and country's first mobile yarn store. So they started this concept from the sounds of it. They've been bringing beautiful hand-dyed yarns to you since 2013. On the truck and their website, you'll find gorgeous hand-dyed yarns from 12 different talented, fabulously squishy blends of natural fibers and stunning exclusive colors dyed just for the truck.
Great. Yes, and I think they're one of 2 yarn trucks that we have as vendors.
Oh, that's so cool.
Fiberworld.
I wonder if they'll do something fun to like still stand out with their.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to all wait and see.
That'd be kind of fun.
Okay, next up, last but not least.
In front of the truck.
Oh yeah, or from inside it.
Yeah. Okay, last but not least, we have bracket 8. And bracket 8 was Misfit Yarns and Yarn Over New York.
And Misfit Yarns is moving on, while Yarn Over New York creates vibrant colorways on luxurious bases to excite your imagination. Their hand-painted sock blanks are unique works of art that can transform your knitting and crochet projects into masterpieces. All their yarns are hand-dyed by Jessie in a tiny apartment in New York City. We also carry project bags, stitch markers, and enamel pins. And I can't imagine trying to dye yarn in a tiny New York City apartment either. I can't even imagine living in New York City, but that's the country girl in me.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I would think that would be really, really hot. But what do I know? I've never actually lived in a much of a city. So again, I'm a country girl as well. Anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening next week, which is we will still have the last 8 vendors that you can still vote for on the website and also on our Instagram stories, but we won't be revealing on a Facebook Live next week. We will be having a Zoom event where we will reveal the final 4, and then you can vote on Zoom for the winners in each bracket, and then we'll go to the final 2, and then we'll have a winner. Also, there will be some prizes that were donated from some of our 60+ vendors that participated in Fiberworld that we will be giving away. And hopefully we will be having another couple of surprises during the Zoom event too. We're still getting the final workings on that. If you are already on our mailing list, you'll get a link and an email more about it early next week. If you're not, then head on over to fiberworldshow.com and sign up for the mailing list so you can join in all the fun next weekend. And so thank you very much, Cynthia and Emily, for helping us announce our winners this week. And we're on to the final 8 starting next week.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, and I'm gonna just stop the